In today's video, we're going to talk about how to organically grow your Instagram in 2020. As you probably know, Instagram is consistently changing their algorithm, and it seems like right when you get it figured out and right when you're kind of starting to get it dialed in and you're starting to grow on Instagram, they change their algorithm and again, you have no idea what you're doing. So in this video, I'm going to kind of talk and share with you how I've been able to grow my Instagram organically to where it is at today, and how we're continuously growing, okay? How we're gonna go from where we're at to hopefully even 300, 400, or 500,000 followers, and ultimately now I'm even looking into potentially getting verified. And I want to share with you how I was able to do that and how you can also do that in 2020. Real quick, before we kind of dive into how you can organically grow your Instagram to whatever number it is that you want to grow, I'm going to kind of just break down a couple of different updates that Instagram has done over the last month or two and just really quickly update you, and then we're going to dive right into it. So update number one is that Instagram is going to potentially be releasing IGTV monetization to certain people. Look, this is a game changer, okay? So I'll probably make another video about this, but just understand that Instagram letting influencers monetize with in-video ads similar to YouTube would change the entire game for Instagram. In my opinion, this has been a major struggle for Instagram for a long time. YouTube naturally is going to get the majority of the creators because the creators are making way more money on YouTube, okay? So it has been really hard for Instagram to actually be able to compete, but I think with the monetization, it's just an ultimate game changer. Basically, up until this point, making money on Instagram has been indirect, right? You can make money on Instagram, but you're consistently leading people to a landing page, to a free offer, getting them to download a PDF or a book or something to that nature or something to that effect. And you're also, I guess, just getting people to direct message you. Maybe you're doing affiliate marketing. But really up until IGTV announcing that they're gonna allow monetization in video ads, monetizing on Instagram or making money directly from Instagram has essentially been like, it hasn't been a thing. Again, I'll get into that more in a different video. I do want to talk in this video about organically growing on Instagram, and obviously if you grow organically on Instagram, then IGTV and the monetization will apply to you when you get bigger or whatever. So really the only other update that I want to cover really quick is just Instagram getting rid of their likes. I wasn't initially a big fan of this, obviously, but they did decide to go ahead and get rid of their likes. For basically most people, I think at this point, do not have likes, okay? Or meaning you can't see on somebody else's profile how many likes they got, okay? You can only see how many likes you got on your profile, which again, I was not a big fan of at all. I'm just starting to kind of warm up to the idea, and I guess one of the big pros that I can think of is just essentially the vanity metric, and hopefully now people will post more content that they genuinely want to share with the world without hesitating on posting the content due to how many likes you're going to get on a post and what other people might think, because maybe you didn't get as many likes as you thought you should have gotten in relation to the amount of followers you have or whatever have you. So that's pretty much one of the pros, I guess, to the Instagram like thing, which is essentially why, in my opinion, they tried to get rid of them and ultimately got rid of them to begin with, was just the fact that it was just this big vanity metric of who could get the most likes, and it was just kind of an overall, I guess, kind of a shit show. But let's just go ahead and jump into it. What are the things that you can do to implement on your Instagram today to grow organically going into 2020? Tip number one is to figure out like what kind of value you're bringing to Instagram, and more importantly, like what is your niche, okay? So I know on YouTube, a lot of people are consistently talking about this, right? They're like, you've got to figure out your niche, right? Like, are you an entrepreneur? Are you an online marketer? Are you in real estate? Are you in insurance? Do you talk about the stock market, personal finance? Maybe you're, entertainment, okay? Whatever the case is, there's probably thousands of different niches that you could be in. But I think with Instagram, people never, I just feel like with Instagram, a lot of times you'll land on somebody's profile and you just don't know what their niche is. Have you ever experienced that where you just you're like, I don't know, maybe you're even on like the explore page or whatever, and you get to somebody's profile and you're like, what real value do they provide? I mean, other than maybe, these girls in their bikinis or whatever, which is totally fine, by the way, if that's you, but like what real value is that? And can you see that value, or would I know what your niche is right when I got to your page. So the reality of it is, I don't know about you, but when I am looking for something on Instagram, I'll search for it, okay? So I'm just gonna pull up my Instagram here and give you an example of that. All right, so I've got my Instagram account up here, and let's just say I wanna search for something, okay? And let's just say I'm on a health kick, right? Because I've been on a health kick lately, and I wanna get fit, right? I wanna like go to the gym more, and I wanna learn more about nutrition and what to eat or whatever the case is. You know, I can type in like health, right? Or like health and fitness, okay? You know, and then ultimately I can find like different tags, different places, whatever. But for example, like healthy lifestyle. Okay, so you see healthy lifestyle, you got 59.1 million posts. And then I can start to go through this, okay? And I can start to find, you know, different influencers, obviously, that maybe I would relate with, okay? So as you can tell, there's a lot of girls on here, okay, which doesn't surprise me for this particular niche. But, you know, there will be guys on here too, right? If I do scroll down, and there will be different people talking about different things. But let's just assume that I'm looking for, I don't know, this peanut butter and strawberry sandwich looks really good. And then I go to their profile and boom, you can clearly tell that right when you get to their page, they are all about like food, right? Like healthy food. And it's very easy to look at their Instagram and know, okay, like they're all about food. They're a nutritionist, right? It says they're Bulgarian, so you know what country they live in. They're studying nutrition, and if you look, you know, there's different, I would imagine they're giving away like their recipes or whatever, okay? So this applies to pretty much any niche on Instagram, right? You want people to be able to search and to find you. Essentially, it is like ranking for SEO, like if you've ever heard of like ranking SEO on like Google, but on Instagram, okay? So it is really important that you have a niche and that in your niche, you're providing value to other people. And just kind of my last thought on providing value is just to remember that there's a lot of people that are asking for stuff, right? They ask too early. They're asking for the sale. They're asking for whatever it is that they're asking for, but you know, lead with value. I've always been taught to lead with value. And ultimately, if you provide enough value to other people, then you will automatically achieve whatever goal it is that you're trying to achieve. So if that is a financial goal or whatever it is, you will achieve that goal, okay? Or gain more followers or whatever. Obviously, this video is all about growing organically, right? Growing followers organically. You know, in 2020, okay? But so whatever value that is that you provide, the more that you lead with that value, the better off that you are. Tip number 2 is to plan ahead, okay? I can't even begin to tell you how many different times I wake up in the morning and I know that I need to post on Instagram. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but nothing stresses me out more than waking up in the morning, not knowing what I'm gonna post, knowing that I need to post, and ultimately stressing myself out. And then again, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I'm to a fault, definitely a perfectionist, okay? Which obviously is a habit that I'm trying to break. But you know, then if I'm not prepared and I don't plan ahead, I ultimately don't end up posting at all because I'm trying to get it all perfect. And meanwhile, I'm busy. Obviously, you have a life, I have a life, we're doing other things. And we get busy, right? We overthink it. We're a perfectionist, whatever it is. So by not planning ahead, you're ultimately just shooting yourself in the foot. So I have an app that I'm gonna pull up here on my phone really quick that is a really good kind of app that you can use to post or to plan your content, okay? You know, and just to be clear, I'm not getting paid to show you any of this. There's no sponsorships in this video. I just wanna show you what I personally have used in the past and what I think is really good. So this is a little bit outdated, okay, because I actually have somebody else helping me out with this right now. But you know, you can essentially come in here and you can actually add different posts, okay, that it's like I'll just kind of show you an example, I guess, here. So I'll go to my recents and I'll find like a random post. Let's just say I was gonna post this picture of this bike, okay? I can go ahead and actually upload and it will show you what it's going to look like on your profile, okay? So another thing that you can do is you can actually move this around so you can, if let's say you're like 5 or 10 or 20 pictures ahead, you can see what different things would look like in different places on your Instagram before you actually post. Now, I don't know about you, but like this is like life-changing for me because sometimes I will go and try to post like a video, okay, or a picture, and if I have like a video and it's like in between like another picture or it's like 2 videos in a row and then a picture, sometimes it'll kind of line up weird on my Instagram feed, and when I'm scrolling on like my profile, it looks super weird. So this is a phenomenal tool. Okay, this is just what I personally used. This is like the free version, I think. And again, there's probably 5 or 10 different apps out there that do the exact same thing. For example, I've been wanting to post more video to my Instagram. Okay, if you go look at my Instagram right now, I'll just kind of show you what it looks like. So as you can see here, I just posted an IGTV actually today. Okay, I literally just posted this. At the time of making this video, I posted it 2 hours ago. And I got 2,264 views, nothing crazy. But there's IGTV, there's picture, IGTV, picture, okay? And there's like a regular video, okay? Which is just like under 60 seconds, and then IGTV, and then picture. So moving forward, something that I personally want to do is to plan out a little bit better, like picture, video, picture, video, picture, video. And that is just for me personally. So using an app and actually planning ahead not only helps me with kind of what we were talking about a minute ago, but it also helps me like visually see. I'm kind of a visual person. I don't know if you're a visual person, but it helps me visualize what my Instagram is going to look like. And I mean, this tool will also help you like schedule your posts and stuff, which just makes things a million times easier. Okay, tip number 3 is to post as much video as you possibly can, okay? Look, we live in a world where people are consuming content faster than they've ever consumed content. I don't know if you're probably like totally aware of that, but the reality of it is pictures are great. And I love looking at pictures. I love scrolling through my feed and looking at different pictures, but there is something to be said about a video, okay? A video just enables you to tell your story a little bit better and allow the person on the other end of the camera or whatever, get to know you a little bit better, get to know what it is that you're about, what it is that you do, and it ultimately allows you to provide more value, right? Because with a picture, you essentially have your picture and then your caption, which is like, that's it, right? Like that is all the value. And it's really hard to tell a story through a picture. So there's this saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I don't know if there's a saying yet with video, but I'll just say it if there's not. A video is worth 1,000 pictures, okay? Maybe not quite 1,000, but a video is definitely worth like 5 or 10 pictures. And I would imagine other people are saying that as well, but that is kind of my opinion on video. And I think video content is just next level, right? The more video content that you can post, the better. Now, obviously, there's a happy medium. Again, you don't want to be posting 100% video content. It's not going to look that good. It's probably like people want to see pictures as well, especially on Instagram, because Instagram, started out as a picture platform, okay? They didn't have video on the platform when it initially launched. So, definitely like figure out what that balance is for you, but don't just be posting pictures. My 4th tip is to collaborate with other influencers, with other people. Okay, now you don't have to be big. I feel like a lot of people think you've got to like be some like big influencer to collaborate with other people. That couldn't be further from the truth, right? You don't have to have like 100,000 followers to collaborate with other influencers. You just need to collaborate. So one of the reasons that I love collaborating is you get to essentially do what I like to call like authority hijacking, which is essentially like a third-party endorsement, if you've ever heard that term before, which is essentially where you're kind of leveraging other people's credibility, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So you're leveraging their credibility, they're leveraging your credibility, and ultimately, if you're collaborating with the right people, then it ends up being a win-win. You'll see ads all the time. I don't know if you've ever seen an ad where you'll see like a regular person with like a celebrity or whatever, and you automatically assume that that regular person or whoever's with like the celebrity or the person that's like really well known versus a person that is not really well known, you will automatically assume that the person that is not really well known, you put them on a higher pedestal and you'll look at them differently as if they almost are like, I don't know, we're some sort of like celebrity or something, just due to the sole fact that that's just authority hijacking in a nutshell, okay? That is human psychology 101. The other purpose for collaboration is to steal other people's followers, but not in a bad way, okay? Look, you're exchanging followers, if you will. So when you collaborate with other people, you're essentially saying, hey, we're gonna collaborate, we're gonna make a video, we're gonna do a photo shoot together, we're gonna, post, you've seen people do like story takeover, right? I'm doing a story takeover for somebody. Essentially, their followers are gonna come follow you, your followers are gonna go follow them, and it ends up being this kind of win-win scenario, okay? Now, I mean, you can use hashtags or whatever to find other, influencers or people that you wanna collaborate with. Just like search whatever niche you're in like a hashtag, and you're gonna find other people, right? So I'll give you an example, and I'll just go ahead, I'll pull up my Instagram again, okay? Now, I don't know how long you've been following me on YouTube, but I do like real estate. There's a couple of different things that we do other than like social media, obviously. So I'm just gonna go ahead and type in real estate, okay, as a hashtag. And I'm gonna find real estate, and there's just gonna be a bunch of people here, as you can see, that do real estate. So I can literally just go down the list and I can find different people that I wanna collaborate with, okay? And then I can just send them a direct message and I can say, hey, my name's Austin, looking to collaborate, wondering if maybe we can post some content or do like a photo shoot or whatever it is that you're trying to do or get out of the collaboration. Now, I shouldn't even have to say this, but obviously find people to collaborate with that align with your brand, right? They align with who you are, with who you are trying to become, right? You don't want to collaborate with people that don't align with your brand. So make sure you do your due diligence. You look at their profile, you look at, the last 6 or 12 months of kind of what they post, and make sure that overall it just aligns with who you are and what it is that you do. Tip number 5 is to use Instagram stories the right way. Instagram stories are so powerful. It is unbelievable. So you just want to make sure that you're using them the right way. I'll give you an example of this. The other day, where I don't know when you're watching this video, but there's kind of like an economic event happening right now. And people are using this story called the stay-at-home story. Okay, so I'm just literally gonna show you here, okay? So as you can see, there's the camera. I'm just gonna take a picture. It could be of anything. We could take a picture of anything, okay? We could write out or whatever, but there's like the stay-at-home feature, which, again, the Instagram algorithm is always changing, so this is why you always want to be on top of it. But this story right now, if you use this in your post, it actually puts you at the very front of everybody else's story. So typically when I were to like swipe down right here, for whatever reason it's not doing it right this second, okay, but that actual little icon will go right after my story. So I did this the other day, and I'll show you right here, but essentially I was able to get a ton more story views than I normally get. And that was obviously pretty cool. Now, Instagram stories obviously aren't like they used to be. You've got to get more creative. You've got to kind of get more in tune, and you've got to really maximize them. You've got to leverage them the right way. But I would encourage you to get on stories and to use them for like a bunch of different stuff, such as like polls and questions. I'll give you kind of another little example, okay? I could take a picture of kind of the camera right now, and I could literally do a poll, okay, on like something random, like what would you like to see on my YouTube channel. But you could do this for Instagram. You could do it for like what type of content. Like you could do it like you could have fun, and you could say like pizza or freaking hot dogs, okay, whatever. And ultimately, asking them like more like, or I'll do like vlog, and then I'll do like how to, right? And then people will literally vote. It forces people to engage with you. You can see people's answers, and then you could go interact and engage with them. Now, it's the same thing with questions, okay? You can essentially take a picture of anything, and then you can ultimately ask a question, and you can ask people anything, okay? I've literally asked people like, what TV show should I watch? And a bunch of people will, they'll comment back to my question, they'll engage, and it just kind of opens up different doors. It also tells the Instagram algorithm that these are the people that are engaging with you, and it will continue to put your content in front of those people on a more consistent basis. Kind of the last and final thing that I would do is to consistently use the Geo Tags and things of that nature, not only on your feed, on your main pictures, but also in your stories. So you definitely want to make sure that you're using your Geo Tags. So if I were to go out and have a nice meal, okay, I'm just going to take a picture of my sunglasses and my AirPods, then I could go to location, and ultimately I would use my Geo Tag of wherever I am, which you can obviously see on the screen right now, so that the people that within the next 24 hours go to that Geo Tag, they're able to actually find me, and they're able to view my profile and potentially follow me. These are like my top 5 tips to growing your Instagram organically in 2020. Again, there's probably 100 things that you could be doing to grow your Instagram. I would love to make more videos on this, by the way. If you enjoyed this video, okay, I know this video is kind of long, so I hope you stay to the very end. If you haven't already, smash that thumbs up button, okay? Smash the subscribe button. Drop in the comment section below what you would like to see kind of moving forward. I would be happy to make it for you. I'd be happy to show you kind of all my other tips, tricks, and strategies to growing on Instagram in 2020. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.